Hey, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording right now, it is 12:20 p.m., September 18, 2025. And this is the second video of the day. And right now, as I'm scrolling, as I'm looking at the news, like I'm looking at WABC New York Channel 7. And yo, I can't front. There is this newscaster there, boy. Her name is Shirleen Allicot. She is, you talk about a dime. That is a dime's dime. She might be the goodest looking female newscaster in all New York. Hands down. I'm sorry. And nobody comes close. Like there's plenty, right? But nobody comes close. I'm sorry. Nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody. I just finished eating my food and shit. You know what I mean? Mama Tag is here. You know what I mean? Like she's in the other room and such, just chilling. So there was a report, a real interesting report today that came out from one bum motherfucker by the name of John Alba. And, I can't lie, when he brings news, like he is accurate. You know what I mean? Like, I think with Sports Illustrated, and John Album, fuck that nigga. He also worked for SNY too, here in New York. When it comes down to wrestling news, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's pretty accurate with his. And he mentioned something today about one, say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. So he stated that Joe Hendry is being phased out of TNA. He's still under a TNA deal, but he's actually being phased out of TNA television and will be part of WWE TV full time, right? Which had me thinking about a lot of stuff. So, there she go again. Like, damn, she's fucking gorgeous. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll put a picture up on the, on the description so you guys can see a link to how she looks. She is fucking gorgeous. Or a video, not me with her, show y'all what I'm talking about. So this is what I do think is going to happen with Joe Hendry, right? It's not surprising that he is shit. Even the weather female there look good. God damn, nice body. And I even put a picture up too one time. Like she is fucking gorgeous. What's her name? Brittany Bell. She is. Let me get back into wrestling shit. All seriousness, I strongly think that with Joe Hendry coming to, being in WWE full time, I think he should be part of the main roster. Now, they said, in the beginning of 2026, right? He should be a full-time WWE superstar by 2026. I'm thinking the Royal Rumble. I'm thinking he comes into the Royal Rumble and it is basically a full-fledged member there. He's gonna WWE is going to make a lot of money with Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is he's a gimmick, right? And this is what WWE loves. They love gimmicks and such, right? Joe Hendry might not be the best in-ring worker, but again, you do not have to be a great in-ring worker to get over. I mean, shit, look at LA Knight. LA Knight is, he's an okay in-ring worker, but his gimmick, does the talking for himself, right? His gimmick does all the talking. And so I sense the same thing with Joe Hendry, but I think because, Joe Hendry's a singer and everything, I think, he has more of an upside than an LA Knight, right? And so, I think they will put him in a place where he can be used for ratings. Someone might say Raw. I say more SmackDown. I can see Joe Hendry in SmackDown because SmackDown needs even though they got Cody Rhodes and such, but I think they need somebody that is going to plug in viewership, right? And I think Joe Hendry fits that perfectly, right? I can't see him still in NXT. I mean, I can't. But then again, I said the same thing about Jordan Grace, and we did see Jordan Grace, still in NXT while in the TNA deal. Speaking of Jordan Grace, I think she's definitely going to be up. She's going up the main roster from what I understand. But I don't think that's going to happen with Joe Hendry. I think, he's going to be shot to the main roster. I think, because he's already done stuff with NXT. You know what I mean? So it's like there's really no need for him to still be to still be down in NXT if it was a been there, done that situation, right? So again, Joe Hendry, he provides yet another superstar that WWE could develop on, right? And shit, if you think he was over in TNA, remember this year at WrestleMania? Remember, he was Randy Orton's mystery opponent, right? Look how over Joe Hendry was. That motherfucker was over. You know what I mean? I can see the exact same thing happen, or they replicate that, that monster pop and that push, on WWE television on a full-time basis, right? And listen, do I think Joe Hendry will be WWE champ? No. But I do think he will be a champ, But then again, I could say that right now, and then like in 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later, then he's like, World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion because of how over he would be. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see what WWE does with Joe Hendry. You know what I mean? Moving forward, especially like when he does go to WWE on a full-time basis. Again, I can't see him going to NXT. I can't. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. It's like been there, done that. Been there, done that with Joe Hendry. Been there, done that, and we can move on. Now, I mean, will he be part of that TNA invasion angle? I believe so. I think next week, when it's Obafemi and Trick Williams, I do believe that he will be one of the people who invades invades WWE as part of, this invasion angle with TNA. I can see that happening. But again, Joe Hendry, in the WWE roster on a full-time basis, I think that's a beautiful thing. I know that's a beautiful thing. That gives WWE another superstar to build across. And again, he has a fucking gimmick. He has something that a lot of people do not have now. You know what I mean? And that is something that you need. You know what? I believe they will push him. Why? Because that gimmick speaks value. It speaks volumes. Know what I mean? But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think under the comment section. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.